This is my pet betta fish, MajorDomo.
Oh.
He's my first ever fish, and he's been living in this tank for about a year. The problem, it's a little bit too small for him.
Oh.
So it's about time I give him the grandeur he deserves. That starts with a bigger tank. This is a much bigger shallow boy that I got specifically to accommodate Domo. Longfin bettas aren't the greatest swimmers, and the species generally love to perch near the surface, so I built this with lots of crooked driftwood designed to create as many resting spots as possible. This is also going to be my very first community tank, but bettas are known to be not the easiest roommates. They can be a little feisty. That's why I placed the hardscape right in the center, with a purpose. Hopefully, it will break Domo's line of sight just enough so that everyone can coexist peacefully. Now, this is where things start to go a bit downhill. The filter I bought was way bigger than I intended, and the shallow tank didn't help. I had just taken down another tank recently, which left me with a bunch of plants, plus some offcuts I'd been storing in a jar. But this is new, and it's what I'm planning to use as the center plant. Time for mistake number 2. Not enough substrate. The roots had nothing to grab onto. I had no extra substrate at home and no patience to wait, so I just kept on planting. It was actually the plants that got me into this hobby. So with this tank, I wanted ones that really fit. Micranthemum for the carpet, crypts around the hardscape, and some red plants in the back for contrast. Since it's a shallow tank, the surface matters the most, so with a few red tiger lotus and that center plant, it should look great. Mistake number 3 is right around the corner. Yeah, I forgot wood floats. I did a quick fix with just some rocks and then I just continued planting. I don't know, wishful thinking got me believing the wood was gonna absorb some water and then not float tomorrow. Day 2 starts with undoing everything we did from day 1. We need more substrate. Dumping it straight into the water isn't ideal, but if you didn't already know, I have no idea what I'm doing, now you do. The Anubias is getting moved on the water. My room is just too dry for it. There is always room for more plants. Skishmortloktish for around the hardscape, and more Micranthemum because it's gonna take a while to grow in. With more substrate, it was way easier to plant. And this one, Alternanthera. Remember that name for later, for now it goes in the back. I filled the tank up again and surprise surprise, the wood still floats, but this time I came prepared. Aquarium glue to the rescue. She's a bit cloudy, but that will pass. A week later, and biofilm had taken over every single surface. But from a distance, she's starting to look a lot more green. Things are finally starting to look clean. The biofilm's dying down and the plants have settled in. So it's time for the tank's first inhabitants. 10 Neocaridina shrimp. Very cute. They got properly acclimated by floating the bag and slowly adding tank water. Once in, they started munching on the biofilm. I got blue shrimp, but somehow a black one snuck in too. Also found this little thing. No idea what that is. Things are looking really lovely and green. I also added this automatic top-off system. It runs down to a water reservoir on the floor. Totally needed, since a shallow tank like this loses water fast. I spotted my first baby shrimp, and more are definitely on the way. The snails are also exploding in population. Technically pests, but I'm kind of into them. The Schismatoglottis is looking beautiful and vibrant, and some of the other plants are doing so well they're breaching the surface, and even flowering. Remember this one? Alternantera? Look how cool that turned out! But let's not forget, that terrestrial plant is really pulling its weight. And it's not just the plants that are thriving. Let's play a little game! It's time for more inhabitants. The aquarium is about to get its first fish. Can you guess what I chose? They're tiny, max 2 centimeters, bright red in color, and I picked them because they have a super calm swimming style. There they are. Any guesses? These are Chilirasporas, and they are so cute. So tiny and fit right into this tank. Being in a new place, these Rasporas got a bit shy and spent the next few days in hiding. We started off with 10 Rasporas, but a week later only 4 were left. I think I may have shocked them during transport or acclimation. I never found a single body, but I've got a feeling my shrimp cleaned up the evidence. All in all, I'm really happy with how the tank is looking. It's lush, lively, and starting to feel like a real ecosystem. I definitely want to pick up more Chiliraspora soon, get that school back up to an appropriate size. Domo's been, well, being a betta, chasing the shrimp and Rasporas around them then, but never really catching anyone. I'm keeping a close eye on him, just to make sure that he settles into the new space properly. But for now, things are looking good, and that's where we'll leave it.